They said, oh, that's interesting. You got it for $1 million off the asking price. Congratulations. I'm curious. Did they tell you about the person who got shot in the face there? Oh. How do you make money now? How do you stay safe now? How do you make sure that you're not one of those people that of the $900 million that were on the foreclosure list 2 weeks ago? How do we make sure we play it safe? Due diligence, right? As a real estate investor, we have always made our money on the buy. If we're able to buy it right, if we're able to finance it right, if we're able to be operationally excellent, we're also able to get a little luck in there in terms of timing, in terms of the market, right? We'll be able to get really increased return. And many sellers right now are at the point of capitulation. And at the end of the day, capitulation means opportunity. Danger? What else besides danger? But also opportunity. When written in Chinese, the word crisis is composed of two characters. One represents danger and the other represents opportunity. Who said that? Yeah, JFK. Are we in a situation where there is both danger as well as opportunity right now? Probably now more than ever. So our ability to do the due diligence, our ability to make sure that we don't make mistakes, and part of the reasons why we're here today is because we want to show you guys where the potholes are, where the sand traps are, where the speed bumps are, where the dark alleys are, and quite frankly, where the dead people are. Right? Because you don't want to go there. And you need to be surrounded with other people who can tell you, yeah, don't go in that direction. Don't go in that direction. Or here's why you don't want this property. Or here's why you want this property. Probably one of the more interesting conversations Mike and I had. I remember a couple months ago, we had someone who was in one of our trainings and they came to us and they said, you know, Shanoa, Mike, we got a property. We know you guys were looking at it. We got it for $1 million reduction over what they were offering. You guys didn't get it, but we did. We're superstars. But they said, oh, that's interesting. You got it for $1 million off the asking price. Congratulations. I'm curious. Did they tell you about the person who got shot in the face there? Oh. The expression on their faces went from like, I hung the moon, right? To, oh, I'm glad we didn't finish signing that LOI on this deal. Because somebody who got murdered at an apartment complex, let me tell you, it's gonna cost you way more than $1 million. In residential, they're supposed to disclose that.
Yeah.
Is commercial real estate on the broker side, and even on the seller side, dog eat dog, dog eat dog. And we see that, we don't see that as much on the residential side as we do on the commercial side. But on the commercial side, they don't tell you everything. Quick name change. Now it's marketed under a completely different name. They're trying to bury all of that stuff. But if you keep looking and digging deeper, please write this down. Any property that you are looking at, just search the address plus the word murder, okay? I'm not kidding. You think I'm kidding. But in some of the class C and D properties, this is a real concern and something you have to be aware of, because even though when you're doing the numbers, one of my coaches taught me this very early on. He said, you know what, garbage in, garbage out. No, he taught me garbage in, garbage stays in your spreadsheet. Garbage makes little garbage babies. They're like rabbits. They mate like crazy. And they tell your spreadsheet that this is a good deal. But if you don't have the boots on the ground, right, and you're not doing the full research and you don't have a tribe surrounded around you to say, yeah, this is a good deal or this is not a good deal and here's why. One of the things that we've done is organize a database of over 3,000 leads where we've done underwriting on those, right? And some of these, we have that tribal knowledge to make sure that there are no mistakes that are made. And our team's big enough to where we know, like, oh, I've been to that property, or I know that owner, or I know that syndicator, or I know that broker, and I know some of the little tricks that are sometimes played. Knowing some of the tricks will help you avoid the dark alleys as well as the dead people. So in some of these cases where we are seeing this crisis, right, you have to look at that as also opportunity, but you have to be able to do the full analysis and full due diligence. When there's a problem, there can be an opportunity, yes, yeah. If somebody's been shot.
Does it make sense to go and negotiate, or does it make sense to stay with?
Great question. So remember, every problem has a price. So that problem does have a price. So you're gonna have reduced occupancy for a long time. So if in your pro forma, you're saying, oh, I'm gonna increase rents 3% to 6% a year every year for the next 5 years that I own it, even if you're able to do that, what do you know about your occupancy in that property? Because do people and do neighbors talk about this situation? The answer is yes. But on average, are most people turning over in an apartment complex, on average, you get a whole new people in the apartment complex every 5 years. So it takes about 5 years to get rid of the negative halo effect that you have with a situation like a murder. It also takes really great, wonderful property management. And then remind me again, how long does a typical commercial deal, how long are you typically holding that? 5 years. So there's a little bit of an opportunity, almost like an arbitrage opportunity, because you're holding it long enough to get rid of that stigma. And then you'll also do some of the really smart things, which is you're going to change the name of the apartment complex, right? And you might do some SEO to kind of further bury some of that information, right? But I will tell you, as a real estate investor, you have not lived until someone dies in one of your units, right? And it's going to happen to you.
Hey guys, I'm here with Olivia Hathaway.
And many people behind the scenes. So right now we are pricing on elevator pitch that everybody should have that 30-second elevator pitch. So that's what we're doing right now.
What is yours?
Come learn real estate with us. I can't wait to get to know you. Let's fire your boss before he fires you through real estate.
I love that one.
So
Let's fire our bosses, guys.
So
That is a great one.
possible.
As soon as possible. Hey, message us if you guys want to hear more. We're here for you.